Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new stream of Cheesybit and Zbit, where we talk everything that's related to cryptocurrency, financial markets, and financial products. Guys, I'm back again. I'm just doing some kind of settings out here, so I hope we will be able to. Just a sec. Let me just get. I want to get ready with everything out here. So yes. So yeah, I can now see all you guys live. So guys, we winded our session a little while ago. I think we ended on a positive note with some kind of inspirational videos that we were looking at. I think that is what we did. Right now, when I am actually talking to you guys, Bitcoin has still further gone down. It's like at 2.76% negative. Trading at 105,892, Ethereum at 2623, down by 3.91%, BNB at 671.31, down by 2%, Solana also at 164, 5.28%, XRP at 2.2080. So let's just begin. We will see a bit of news on the Solana's front, and also we will see a bit of information on Solana, what's happening on that front, okay? Because of late I've been doing way too much analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sui for that matter. I think Solana haven't really touched a lot. So let's just see. If I see anybody joining in the streams, I will expect that you guys send me any messages on the chat so that I can talk to you guys, and any doubts, any questions, you're welcome to ask me. So okay, so for all of us, we know for a fact that all the tops, especially the top 5 cryptocurrencies, are the most stable projects that we have. And coming to their potential, their scalability, their utility and whatnot, it's always in the news, and it's always like doing well. So projects that have already stabled, sometimes because of lack of volatility and lack of just a sec. Yeah, because of lack of volatility, and sometimes it's not moving that great. So it's a matter of just a sec, guys. I want to move my computer because I feel uncomfortable talking to you guys this way. Yeah, I have the computer here so that I can browse through. Yeah, so guys, sorry for the interruption, guys. Oh yes, now it feels a bit comfortable. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Gioma. Thank you so much. Is that how I say your name? I mean, I'm not sure how you say that name. Thank you so much. So where was I? I was talking about Solana. So we have so much of information on Solana. Oh my God. 1 billion floods into Solana liquid staking sends Solana to the moon. Guys, I think I will be keeping my chats glue hub. Okay, let me just go through what is it. Maybe I can pick it up. I can try. But honestly speaking, I am actually glue hub. Is that what you're talking about? Can I call you Gioma? I don't know how do you say your name actually. Is it Gioma? I'm not sure. So can you elaborate? You said you want me to analyze Glue Hub. So what exactly do you want me to do? Glue Hub as in Glue Hub on CoinMarket. Is it available on CoinMarket? I need to check. So I have a piece of information here. Let me see, what is it? Is this what you're referring to? Or if you have any link or anything which you would like me to access, I can do that. Easy. How do you I'm not sure how do you say your name. Gioma Easy, is that how you say your name? Can you send me any link that you have, or is this okay? Thank you so much, guys, for appreciating. Thanks so much for joining in. So, in my viewers, thank you so much, Shahid, for appreciating my work. Really appreciate your patience, guys, that you guys join these streams to learn every day about crypto. As much as I enjoy teaching and talking and educating you guys all about cryptocurrency, I really appreciate even your effort, because each one of us are putting in that kind of time and effort to get onto this level. We all want to know everything about cryptocurrency, and we all want to know what's happening on that front, so that all of us are well aware of whatever is going on, and from there we know our journey is going to be amazing. So Gioma Easy, I think you're still online. If you're online, please send me any link that you have. You said you would want me to analyze this Glue Hub, and I can see this on my screen if this is the right link that I have opened. So I'm not too sure what stage it is at. Is it a pre-sale project? Is it stable? Has it stabilized? What exactly it is at? What stage it is at? I'm kind of analyzing everything. So if this is the right the platform that I've picked up, then it's good to go. Otherwise, you can let me know if I have to open something else. Then I may be able to do that as well for you. I hope my language is clear enough for all you guys out there, because I keep a bilingualistic approach for all my viewers. Somebody who is comfortable with Hindi, I might as well talk in Hindi in between, and my most of the things would be in English. Suppose in case anybody is falling short of in case I do understand there's so many jargons, there are so many terminologies that are being used in crypto. So if in case there are some things which you do not understand or which are actually a bit too hard to understand, then I am okay even to talk to you in Hindi, because ultimately it's about understanding, and I want you guys to be understanding in whatever language you're comfortable in. So please feel free, in case you want to stop me somewhere and ask me anything in Hindi as well. So our vision for the Glue Hub is to be the central place to interact with the Glue network and all of crypto at large. That includes managing your assets, accessing analytical tools to aid your investment strategy, buying and selling cryptocurrencies, and a suite of decentralized finance applications. So with the vision they have, it looks like that the project is a good one, because they have vision of managing assets, accessing the analytics tools, and then buying and selling of cryptocurrency, and a suite of decentralized finance applications. We create the hub with simplicity in mind, understanding that blockchain interaction needs to be straightforward. Let's face it, we are never going to beat traditional finance as long as people need to learn how to use 5 different apps just to buy some particular token. Think of the hub as a decentralized on-chain version of Coinbase Binance. It's your go platform for investing and managing cryptocurrency, while also serving as an educational resource to help you navigate the market and make informed decisions about the vast array of available tokens. Unlike other platforms like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, the Glue Hub is more research focused, enabling you to form well-rounded opinions more easily. It's akin Bloomberg terminal for crypto. It doesn't tell you what to think of a token, but it provides insights into what other things, along with all the information you need to make your own judgments. So if I'm not wrong, this is like a real-time platform where we have all the cryptocurrency prices, market capitalization data for each cryptocurrency, trading volume information, historical price charts, and data for analysis, information on circulating supply and total supply of coins. So this is the small portion of Hub's full vision. Is this what you're talking about, my dear? I'm not too sure why, this looks like it's more or less like CoinMarketCap that I use, which I use for analyzing the overall market data. Okay, this looks like a it's a platform where basically there are so many things like CoinMarketCap which are there on this. So I was thinking probably this is a token or something. That's why I was trying to understand and analyze it. But looks like this is not this is not that, my dear. Easy, my dear, easy. What do you want me to analyze on this front? Please be a little more precise. Please be a little more clear, because I want you to tell me what do you want me to analyze on this front. What is there to analyze on this? Actually speaking, for me it looks like a CoinMarketCap website which has all the data out there. So if in case you do not answer, I will have to drop this topic, because for me to be honestly doing this, I need to understand what you want me to do on this front. But I'm glad that you shared this information. Now that I know that there is something called Glue Hub, then I think I can as well utilize this platform also, which is a good thing. Thanks for sharing in the information, guys. I really appreciate each one of you whenever you come on these streams. Some of you share some really new information which sometimes I am not aware of, and then I get to learn from you guys also, which is a good thing. Thank you so much. What do you think of them? Of what, my dear? Sanchita, what do I think of what? Tell me more clear. Them refers to what? So, I know this is an ongoing journey where each one of us are learning at every stage of our life. So, even though probably I might have good amount of experience or expertise in this, but there's always a learning day every part of the journey that we are into. So, it's a beautiful thing to kind of learn from you guys as well, and to also come across something new that I probably am not aware of. So, like I said, this looks like a coin market cap, platform for me. I was just trying to, like pick up some more news here in terms of understanding what this particular Glue Hub has to offer. So, that's what I'm trying to do here. So that's the reason I asked even the previous lady to kind of let me know what exactly she wants me to analyze, because internet gives so many search results, and I don't know where you guys are live from. Are you guys live from India, by the way? Sanchita, are you guys live from India, or are you guys based out of Dubai, or which part of the world are you from? Because I think the search results for each one of us differs when we are opening it. So probably what I'm opening, what I'm looking at might not be what you might be looking at. So you just have to guide me in terms of, am I opening the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Is this what you guys want me to do? Or is there anything else? Okay. So do you have a website for it? Do you have some information for it? Because somehow some of the informations are basically getting blocked here. I am based out of Dubai, guys. So the information what you might be looking for, I'm not able to access that. So in case there's anything that you want me to look at particularly, can you send me the links in the chat so that I can have a look at it, guys? I don't see it. Oh, let me just also try to look at it on Google. I think this is what you're referring to, right? Oh, but then I'm not able to open it for some reason. Is it what you're referring to, my dear? But because I'm not able to open this actually. Seems like it's getting blocked here. It's not accessible in Dubai. Guys, you all know I am based out of Dubai and I'm not in India. So perhaps what might be available in your jurisdiction might not be available for me. So that's the reason I'm not able to open this website, or I'm not able to open any information regarding it. So if this is right, I did not receive it, Sanchita. I did not receive it. And moreover, I think because that belongs to India, is it from India? But the domain address shows .net. I'm not sure. The domain is uh, .net.org, I think. I'm not able to see it. Sorry for this little interruption. My camera sometimes starts playing badly. I don't know what's wrong with it. Send me once again, Sanchita. I would have a look at it. What is it? Send me the link. Let me also try simultaneously on other computer here and see if it's opening here, because I'm not sure. Yeah, I am able to open this on my other computer though, but I'm not able to open it on my present computer. Anybody would like, I mean, Sanchita, can you send me the link? Is this the one? Is this right? Seems like it's not opening for me because of some settings. You can see that it's not opening for me. Because it's sometimes the .net websites and .org websites are will have limited access, guys. So I think because of that, maybe it's not opening. Okay. However, I'm trying to open it on my other computer, but it's a bit difficult for me to look through for the information. I will have to keep both the computers here. One of my computers is not working and one of them is working. Just a sec. Maybe there is limited access on my present computer. I'm not able to share it on the screen with you guys. So it does say Glue Hub, decentralized finance for everyone. Go to Hub. So go to Hub. Okay. So I can see that it's a trading platform. It has my portfolio, buy and sell crypto market, earn. Okay, transfer and pay. Okay, this is so this looks like a trading platform if I'm not wrong, guys. So what what do you want me to analyze on this? Please tell me, guys. You I mean, you have to be like more clear in terms of asking me the questions, because sometimes just your open-ended questions do not get through me, so you have to ask me more in terms of in more clarity. So I can see it's a trading platform, and what do I have to analyze on this? There's nothing to analyze on this. Okay. So, guys, you want me to analyze this, you said, but I'm not able to understand your question by clarity. Anyways, I'm moving on further. What it may seem to me is like looking at this website, which is basically on my other computer right now. I'm not able to share that screen with you guys. So, what I can understand is basically it is a trading platform, of course, and it has everything that basically anybody would need to, trade. So there's a Telegram channel linked to it. There are all social media handles associated with it. There's market overview data and all the other information that needs to be there on it. So it looks a good trading platform for sure. So I'm not sure what you guys mean by analyzing it. Anyways, I think on this platform we will keep, because it's a Zbit platform. Zbit is the official partner. I mean, official owner, or the thing behind this channel. So now that Zbit is launched already, we have Zbit, which is there available on all the Play Store applications. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, you have to go check out the Zbit platform. It's still under progress, while some features may not be readily available, but you need to go and check it out on your platform. Like, you guys belong to India, I know. How is it, how is it working out for you? Just a sec, let me just pull it. Wait, I think I showed you in the morning as well. Just, wow, what's wrong with my Play Store? Wait, something is wrong with my... Hold on for a second, guys. I'm so sorry to keep you guys holding. Hold on for a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Somehow my Play Store is playing up. So did any one of you downloaded the Zbit platform? Tell me guys, did you guys download the Zbit platform? Yeah, so this is what I was showing you. Go to your Play Store, put Zbit here, and you get this on the so this is what you get. This is our platform Zbit. You need to download this and then open it and sign into it, guys. So if you guys are basically actively trading, you know that this platform can be used to basically do spot trading and futures trading. However, first, before you can actually proceed with anything, you need to actually go and sign up on it. Get yourself KYC verified, and you can basically get onto this platform and sign in with your email address. Somehow it's not giving me that option on anyways guys, I want you guys to go and download Zbit on the Play Store and see if you are able to use that in India, because we want to know if that's working for you guys and everything seems to be correct and good. You can do spot trading and futures trading on it. A lot of other features will be available as we go by because it's just launched a few days ago. There's so many features still work in progress, so you might find the features getting updated as and when we proceed. So if in case you would like to trade on it, that platform is good enough for proceeding. So since I'm not able to hear from any of you guys, I'm actually proceeding with what was I doing, because uh, I know you guys asked me a question, but since I'm not getting proper response on it, I'm not able to do anything. Yes, I can see that the Glue Hub is like a trading platform. Looks good for me from all the aspects. I haven't really used it. I haven't really experienced it, so I can't really comment on that, my good or bad opinions on it. But looking at it from the outer point of view, I think it seems to be having all the relevant data that it is supposed to have, and I think yes, it's a good platform for sure. For whatever reason you guys have asked me to analyze it, you need to be like little more precise in terms of what you're asking me. So I was analyzing Solana here. Solana secures 1 billion for growth, pioneering liquid staking strategy with key corporate adoption and significant institutional interest, signifying strong innovation and support. USDC minting boosts Solana's DeFi growth, increasing liquidity and trust in its blockchain ecosystem, establishing stronger confidence in the system. So Solana is also advancing with new institutional alliances and MetaMask integration, reinforcing its blockchain strength and promoting greater accessibility and use. Donut Labs' 7 million contribution to Solana includes launching an AI driven secure browser, enhancing crypto transaction securing and ecosystem modernization. Coinbase launch of 24/7 Solana futures trading amplifies global demand and liquidity, allowing for continuous market engagement beyond US hours. In the last 24 hours, Solana's price moved 5.07% to $16, and trading volume moved to 5.34% to 3.96 billion. I need to take my computer here because I'm not. Yeah. So let's look at the white paper of Solana first. So Solana is a high performance blockchain that was designed to process up to 710,000 transactions per second. The real world throughput typically ranges from 2000 to 3000 TPS. It achieves this through an innovative timekeeping mechanism called proof of history, which creates a reliable timestamp for all transactions without needing validators to agree on time. Think of it like a superfast digital ledger that keeps perfect time, making it ideal for decentralized applications that need speed and reliability. The network has become one of the leading platforms for DeFi, NFTs, and Web3 applications due to its high speed and low transaction cost. The technology behind it, at the heart of Solana, is something called proof of history, which works like a highly accurate digital clock for the blockchain. Imagine a long chain of mathematical puzzles where each solution depends on the previous one. This creates a verifiable record of time passing that everyone can trust. The real clever part is how this helps Solana process transactions so quickly. Instead of validators having to agree on when things happen, the proof of history generator, think of it as the network's timekeeper, creates a single trusted source of time. This means validators can focus on confirming transactions rather than debating timestamps. And Solana also uses a unique approach to storing data called proof of replication. Think of it like making secure digital copies of the blockchain where special nodes called replicators have to prove they are actually storing the data they claim to be. This system helps keep the network decentralized while maintaining the blazing speed. The network is designed with multiple safeguards to prevent cheating. For example, if a validator tries to confirm invalid transactions or the timekeeper proof of history generator misbehaves, they lose their staked coins. This creates strong economic incentives for everyone to play by the rules. Recent updates have introduced features like state compression and account compression, making it more efficient to store and process large amounts of data on chain. Okay, that's about its technology. The tokenomics. The Solana network uses its native token Sol in several important ways. Think of Sol like the fuel that powers the entire system. It's needed both for running and securing the network. The main use of Sol is for staking, where users lock up their tokens to help secure the network. When you stake Sol, you are essentially putting up collateral to vouch for a validator's honest behavior. If the validator does their job correctly, you earn rewards. If they misbehave, some of those staked coins can be destroyed as a punishment. Sol is also used to pay for transaction fees on the network. Unlike some other blockchains where fees can be unpredictable and expensive, Sol's high processing speed helps keep these fees consistently low. So sorry, typically around $0.00025 per transaction. This makes it practical for everyday transactions and running decentralized applications. The total supply of Sol is not fixed, with new tokens being created through inflation to reward validators. The inflation rate started at 8% annually and decreased by 15% each year until reaching a long-term fixed rate of 1.5%. Tokenomics, after that roadmap. Solana's development focuses on maintaining and improving its high-performance infrastructure. The network aims to continue scaling while maintaining its speed and low transaction cost. A key priority is expanding the ecosystem by attracting more developers and applications. The platform is particularly focused on supporting decentralized finance application NFTs and other digital assets that can benefit from its high speed and low cost. The team is actively working on improving network stability and reliability through updates like the validator client implementation in Rust and new few markets. Recent initiatives include the Solana mobile stack and Sega phone, bringing Web3 capabilities to mobile devices. Future developments include implementing stake-weighted QoS, improving the fee model, and enhancing network resilience through better error handling and recovery mechanism. So the team behind it, Solana, was founded by Anatoly Yakovenko, who brought his experience from Qualcomm and Dropbox to create a high-performance blockchain. The core team includes engineers and developers with backgrounds from major tech companies and significant experience in parallel computing, networking, and cryptography. The project is supported by the Solana Foundation, a non-profit organization that helps coordinate network development and community growth. The foundation works to maintain the network's decentralization while supporting its technical advancement. The ecosystem has grown significantly with numerous core contributors and thousands of developers building on the platform. Major partnerships and investments from prominent venture capital firms have helped accelerate the network's development and adoption. Okay, that's about the team. So its overall market capitalization stands at 85.32 billion, volume at 4.15 billion past 24 hours, FTV at 98.65 billion, volume market cap 24 hours 4.88%, and total supply 601.97 million Solanas. Maximum supply is now the circulating supply is 20.64 million Solanas. As per different socials and ratings, it's given 4.1 rating, and its 24 hours low has been 161.78 and high 173.45. All-time low, which was on May 11, 2020, 5 years ago, was at 0.5052, and all-time high has been $294.33, which was on Jan 19th, 25, 4 months ago. So this is a day chart. I'm going to put a 30 minutes chart every time. MACD, RSI. Here you go. So it's on a 30 minutes time frame right now. I'm going to remove the volume indicator for some time, and then I'm also going to add Fibonacci here. So this is not automatically put, this is done by me. From the highest and the lowest point, I can see that right now the price is further going down because it did not retrace from the retracement level, which is at 0.618. So ideally it's moving further down, and we need to check this on different time frames for RSI, especially on the MACD. It's anyways in the bearish territory, which means that it's still in the negative zone. So it's in the bearish territory, but it's the MACD is actually above the signal line, but below the zero line still indicates the bearish territory still. However, the reversal of it is possible if it continues to move further up, but given that MACD should be moving up. So on my 30 minutes time frame, I can see that the RSI is at 37.22. However, let's just look at it from different time zones. On 1 minute time frame, it is basically at 24.73. Wow. 2 minutes time frame, it is at 34. On the 5 minutes time frame, it is at 37. So as the time frames keep changing, you can see the oversold territory is not yet reached. So when do we take a trade? When do we decide? So either if the price is retracing at 0.618 level, that's when we take a trade, or we wait until it reaches the oversold territory on the RSI divergence. So on the 10 minutes time frame, it's at 41. On the 30 minutes time frame, it is at 35.98, and on the 45 minutes time frame, it's at 35.76. So on the bigger time frames, we will still wait to see if it can reach below 30 or in the oversold territory to make that right kind of decision. This could have been a possible entry, but unfortunately the price went further down from there, so we are stuck up in a very bad situation. If the price retraces from 0.5 or 0.618 is when we get an opportunity to enter the market. you see sometimes the shorter time frames uh, give you the overall oversold oversold information, but sometimes longer time frames does not give you that clarity. So be sure to check it on all the time frames to make sure that you are entering it at the lowest from all the time frames level. So you see 45 minutes time frame still shows RSI at 35.83, whereas my 30 minutes shows it at 36.24. Then my 15 minutes show it is at 41.58. 10 minutes show 40.59. And five minutes is still at 35.95. Three minutes is at 34.67. And 1 minute is at 32.39. So analyze it for all the time frames and see whichever is the most nearest, and in most of the cases in all the time frames it should be reaching below 30, so that you take an informed decision. On my bigger time frames, basically it is still at 36.21. So it did reach 30 a little while ago, but it's now slightly moving up, which means the price is trying to retrace back. It's going to go up. So try to analyze it at different time frames, guys, because that will give you a clarity whenever RSI it is at oversold territory. It should be near to 30 or below 30, so that you get a very perfect entry point. Otherwise you will be entering the market from middle, which can basically lead to further decline after you enter the market, and you will have to wait more time. So instead of waiting more time after entering, it's better you enter late itself, so that you can start with good profits in the initial time. So guys, I will be, I think, taking a small break while you're analyzing this. I will be playing some good inspirational videos for all of us. Let's see this one.
Join me in welcoming to stage our moderator, Aaron Arnold from Altcoin Daily. We have Eric Trump. Let's get a roar, everyone. We have Donald Trump Jr. We have Mike Ho from American Bitcoin. And we have Matt Prusak from American Bitcoin. Let's go. This is an incredible panel. Enjoy, everyone.
All right. Let them hear it, guys. Woo!
How are you, Las Vegas?
Take a seat, gentlemen, please. It is amazing to be on stage with these legends. Guys, promises made, promises kept. How does it feel to be building a Bitcoin company in a Bitcoin-friendly country?
Well, Las Vegas, we love you to death. We absolutely love you to death. Our family loves you. Hey guys, we're bringing Bitcoin to America, and America is going to win the crypto revolution. That much I can tell you right now. We finally have a competent president in the White House. And we have a president who loves this industry and is behind this industry 100%. Hey guys, I'm telling you, we as a family could not be more excited about this, and amazing things to come with this group of people on stage right now.
Listen, I agree. It's amazing. I know my father made a lot of promises to the crypto community, to the Bitcoin community. When I see the growth from Nashville last year to this, you understand you're really on the precipice of something special, and that includes all those who've been in this from our standpoint in the private sector. I mean, between Eric, myself, I think we can show our true level of commitment when you look at all of the things we're doing in this space. Obviously, you have what we're doing here with American Bitcoin from the mining side. I think you saw all the announcement yesterday. Truth Social, TMTG, committing $2.5 billion to a Bitcoin treasury. And then, you know, the trifecta of crypto, you have what we're doing with World Liberty and USD1 from a DeFi platform. And so, you know, we didn't just talk about the sound bites. We're actually executing on all of the things, and we're very long crypto. I mean, it's a huge part of everything that we do right now.
And, you know, so my name is Aaron Arnold. I've millions of followers online at Altcoin Daily. Of course, you know the Trump brothers. I want to, and guys, anytime, at any point, feel free to jump in, and we're all going to have a conversation. I want to get to know these two guys right now, the leaders of American Bitcoin, the Trump's mining company. And, you know, tell us, you guys were working in Bitcoin mining before President Trump got elected. You have been here for years, and you're here this year. How is it different this year? Is it a night and day difference?
There was a chance that we would not be sitting here today. The previous administration and their anti-crypto rhetoric, the proposed bills, the proposed 30% excise tax to miners, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
We could be an orange for Bitcoin, but it'd be an orange jumpsuit based on some of the ways they were prosecuting these things, right?
Absolutely.
Slightly different kind of orange, not exactly for me.
And on that point, now you have regulators hosting roundtables with the industry leaders, working hand in hand in charting a path forward. I'll give an example. I'll give an analogy. I'll give a metaphor. Before, if you wanted to get from point A to point B, and you knew the path was littered with landmines, but you didn't know where they were. And when you find out, it's too late. That's enforcement with lawsuits. Now imagine getting from A to B, but the regulators are there, side by side with detectors. You cross from A to B together while mapping out where the landmines are for everyone else to know how to get past safely for the next travelers. It's truly incredible to be making America the crypto capital of the world.
I could not agree more. You could feel it, Mike, right? You could just feel in the air. Things have changed, right? We've obviously been through so many roller coasters, ups and downs, but every time the up is higher, right? Every time is a little bit better, and the time truly is now.
I think one of the things, I don't know, everyone didn't have the benefit of doing this. I was in yesterday and I spoke on this stage, and the vice president then had a roundtable with David Sachs, who's the crypto czar for the White House. And I got to just sit in on the room and listen. Obviously, some of the biggest leaders in the space. I'm sure you all know every person that was in the room. And you could see just in the responses, it wasn't your typical DC politician, like, here's the 4 things that someone gave me sound bites that I had to read off, and we checked that box. You could actually see everyone in the room just breathe a sigh of relief, because not only did the vice president, but obviously the crypto czar had such a fundamental understanding of the issues, of the space, invested in it themselves. These are people who've been in it for years and got it. That's such a big deal, where in Washington, the people who are making these rules, hey, crypto's big, it's sexy, so we're going to put the person who has the most tenure. They don't have to know anything about the space. They're going to make trillion-dollar decisions that they know nothing about. You could see everyone in the room was like, oh, thank God, they get it. And, I think that's going to bode very well for the community.
Let me
We getting called off?
They're a violinist?
Was that bad?
Let me ask you guys this, because I've been talking to the tens of thousands of people watching the conference right now, and of course there's millions and millions watching at home, and it's very rare we get both Trump brothers to talk about crypto on the same stage. And this is something... This is something that people have been wondering. Which one of you got more into Bitcoin first?
I'd say Eric was a little bit earlier than me, actually. I got a lot of my time for the last decade has actually been focused on politics, and it's sort of nice to be like, hey, we've run our last race. Now I'm fully, out of that space and to get back into focus. I think we all sort of experienced it a little bit in that, between the two of us, I think we're the most subpoenaed people in the history of the world. I think I've done more congressional testimony than anyone, and what we learned in those processes as we were debanked, as we lost insurance, as people that we would have been able to call and they would have picked up the phone call on the first ring for decades no longer even answered. We realized how many of the traditional sort of TradFi systems were actually broken. I always likened it it was a Ponzi scheme that we were a part of that we didn't realize we were a part of. We were just so far up in the pyramid that it just sort of worked. And you realized how many people in America probably were getting screwed, whether it was because of political beliefs or things that they had done, and they didn't have those opportunities. And so this whole notion of democratizing finance, that's not going to be done in the traditional banking ways. That's going to be done in crypto.
Every single person in here got those calls. Right? I mean, Don and I were getting these on behalf of commercial buildings, on behalf of hard assets. Hey, guess what? Your bank account is gone. The 600 people that you have working in the hotel that's 700 yards behind us right now that I built, you no longer have a traditional bank to bank that hotel because they don't like the fact that you're wearing a hat that's red that says, Make America Great Again. Guys, we probably would have never found crypto had it not been for the very same scumbags that were coming after all of you. I mean, how many people in here... I've heard the stories from everyone. How many people in here had Wells Fargo call them up and, you know what? I owned one Bitcoin, and because of that, they found out and they canceled my accounts. I mean, my accounts just stopped working. And guys, you realize how corrupt the system is. I mean, every single person this system was weaponized. Traditional finance was absolutely weaponized. And, I always say, the enemy of your enemy is often your friend. That's what happened between the Trump family and the crypto community. And I'm not sure if we would have won the same way. I think we would have won, but I'm not sure if we would have won in the same decisive manner had it not been for this incredible community that was by our side the entire time. And I hate using the word hate, but honestly, I would love to see some of the big banks go extinct, because honestly, they deserve it. And the fact that they've been allowed to get away with murder for as long as they have is honestly kind of shocking. I use this analogy all the time, but obviously I run a very big real estate company. Every Friday at 5 o'clock, we're waiting for a wire to come in. The SWIFT system is broken, but not a single person outside the crypto community has talked about this system that's so fundamentally flawed. It works 40 hours a week, barely. You have traditional banking in this country that runs 9 to 5 with an hour and a half lunch break. Go try and get a mortgage on your house. It takes 120 days, of which case at the end of it, they deny you, even though they've banked you forever. They say your money's safe when, you deposit $1 million in a bank and they keep $100,000 of it and they go spend your money somewhere else. You go try and pull out more than $5,000 and you're on some terrorist watch list somewhere. I mean, the whole system, guys, is broken. And now all of a sudden you have crypto, which solves all the problems. It makes everything cheaper. It makes it faster. It makes it safer. It makes it more transparent. It makes the whole system more functional. And you wonder why these massive buildings that dot the skylines of every city around the world, you wonder why these buildings even exist. And the thousands of people that are pushing antiquated paper in these buildings. And guys, they're fearful of this room. They're fearful of all of us, and they better adapt. Otherwise, they're going to get run over, and they're going to get run over really, really quickly.
Let me ask the Trump brothers one more question, and the next ones I'm going to throw it to these guys over here, the American Bitcoin team. But like I said, I've been talking with everybody in the conference, and something that you revealed in Bitcoin Mina, Abu Dhabi, Eric, on your speech is that you have known Michael Saylor, both of you, for 20 years. And, he in fact helped kind of talk to you about Bitcoin and get you to realize the value prop. And now, Michael Saylor, he's always so tactful. He never likes to reveal personal conversations between him and the Trump family. Could you tell us what Michael Saylor said to you that finally got you thinking, maybe there is value here?
So Michael's been a great friend of mine. And by the way, everybody needs to give him a round of applause because he's great, truly one of the greatest. Bitcoin is so fortunate to have him. Crypto is so fortunate to have him. But he's truly one of the great spokespeople. But I've known Michael for 20 years, long before he even went down the Bitcoin route. We were friends from New York. But I was with him about a year ago. He goes, Eric, here's the play. You need to mortgage Mar-a-Lago right now. You need to take $2 billion out on Mar-a-Lago right now, and you need to go long Bitcoin. And I go, I don't know, if I mortgage my father's house right now, I'm not sure if he's, and by the way, he's a total Bitcoin maxi, but I'm not sure if he's going to be thrilled. But, the amazing thing about Michael Saylor is he is truly one of the most pure, incredible people. He tells everybody, including Mike, right, including Matt, including our entire team, he goes, guys, do what I'm doing. Do what I'm doing. There's such incredible opportunity. I've never seen that in any other industry where you have the titan of the industry that's literally advocating for smart people to compete against them. And that's how much Michael Saylor loves this industry. And I think all of us owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude because what he's done for all of us is tremendous.
So we have the American Bitcoin team up here, and it's been about 2 months since the announcement of Hut 8, a Bitcoin mining company, joining up with the Trump's American data center. And explain to me what's going on, what's new since then, and what is the business model. You're a little bit different from a normal mining company, correct? In that you're not just competing for the most hash rate ever, you're also competing for the most Bitcoin ever, kind of like a MicroStrategy.
To your first question, we've been busy stacking sats. Our mandate at American Bitcoin is simple. We want to increase the Bitcoin per share for our shareholders, and we do this through a variety of ways. I think I actually mined my first Bitcoin before I had my first legal drink. I've been in this space for some time. I've seen the industry evolve. I've seen it scale. I've seen it institutionalize. We're known to be one of the most efficient, lowest cost operators. We've been doing it for a very long time. So we see Bitcoin mining as just a foundational layer of being able to accumulate more accretive Bitcoin for our shareholders at a discount to what the market can buy Bitcoin for, a significant discount. And then there's a value in the volatility of the stock. Usually volatility carries a negative connotation, but in here, it's the volatility that allows us to raise very low cost converts to even accelerate our accumulation of Bitcoin. But measure our success by increasing the Bitcoin per share for our shareholders. When you buy an ETF, it's always a ratio of 1. The value of Bitcoin will probably go up, but your ownership will always have a ratio of 1. At American Bitcoin, we're an actively managed company, and our aim, measure our success by increasing that static number year over year.
What I would say is that, to Mike's point, we are looking for ways to accumulate as much Bitcoin as fast as possible, right? So we're running lean, we're stacking sats via our mining operations, we're going to stack sites with accumulation. How do we maximize that balance sheet? How do we make sure that we're a leader in the space? How do we create data centers here in the United States? How do we use energy here in the United States? What can we do to make sure that if there's hash rate globally, we're making sure that at the end of the day, we're making sure the US stays a category leader in Bitcoin mining and in Bitcoin accumulation?
Guys, let's talk to the average American right now. I talk to millions of people every day on my channel, and what I hear a lot is, well, Bitcoin's already over 100K. I can't buy one whole Bitcoin anymore. I could buy maybe 0.1 Bitcoin or a fraction of a Bitcoin, but I don't know, it doesn't seem worth it. What would you tell to somebody that is saying, should I buy 0.1 Bitcoin? Is a fraction of one Bitcoin worth it?
I think without question. Listen, I think for everyone, the second you get in it, right? Even as a student of finance and whatever it may be, once you're vested, all of a sudden you're paying attention. You're in the details. You don't have to buy 100,000, at Bitcoin. Like you buy as much as you can, whatever percent you can, and once you have that vesting, you're all of a sudden committed. You're paying attention to the details. You're understanding the game a lot more. You figure it out. I mean, people have said, "Hey, Bitcoin's too expensive." They said it at 1,000. They said it at 10,000. They said it at 50,000. This is a story that's pretty old right now. This has been going on for over a decade, where it's too much. So, I think it's just important to get people in the game, to start understanding that, to utilize the other platforms, to be able to figure out DeFi. I think the more you do that, the more people are vested, the further away you get away from the traditional finance systems, and I think the whole community grows accordingly.
Guys, there's one other aspect about this. I mean, all of us travel all over the world. Don and I travel hundreds of thousands of miles a year. I'm telling you right now, everybody in the world wants Bitcoin. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're, royal families. I don't care if you're the biggest, financial institutions. Everybody wants Bitcoin. Everybody is buying Bitcoin. If you go back 12 months, there were probably less than 100 companies that were treasuring Bitcoin that really had any. And now every single day it's another sovereign wealth fund. Look what GameStop just did. Look what Truth Social did. Every single day, people are allocating billions and billions of dollars to it. 0.1 Bitcoin is going to be worth an absolute fortune. And, look at the OTCs. The OTCs have the least amount of Bitcoin ever on their books, right? I mean, the arrow is going straight down as the price of Bitcoin is going straight up. I've got a dear friend. He spoke on the stage before, Simon from Metaplan, and I asked him, "What's the hardest problem?" And he goes, "Honestly, we're running out of Bitcoin. It's hard to find on the exchanges. I mean, guys, everybody wants it. No one wants to get rid of it. Everybody wants it as a balance sheet item. Every family, and this isn't America. This is the entire Middle East. This is Africa. This is all of Asia. This is." Fortune 500. I mean, this is the biggest, private offices. Everybody wants it. No one wants to get rid of it, and it's incredibly powerful. And I think you're going to see the value skyrocket. So don't be afraid of the integer. You don't need to buy things in whole integers. You can buy things in fractions of integers. And I think that's actually how Satoshi designed the system, to actually be designed to buy in fractions of integers. We just are so early to the game. I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that marked the anniversary of the infamous pizza purchase. RIP. It wasn't that long ago that it took 10,000 Bitcoin to buy just 2 pizzas. 0.1 Bitcoin at that time would maybe equate to a crumb. 0.1 Bitcoin today is like 1,000 pizzas. Take that into perspective. 0.1 Bitcoin today, 1,000 pizzas. Tomorrow, someday in the future, a luxury car, a house, a plane. It's not about the ownership of Bitcoin. It's just the love for Bitcoin is so clearly growing and spreading across everyone. Just start accumulating. Just start accumulating one stat, 10 Satoshis, 100 Satoshis. It's never too late.
Totally agree, and that's worldwide, right? You just got to get off of zero, Mike. Right? Just get off of zero. That's it. Start one Satoshi at a time, stack the stats, get off of zero.
All right, guys. One of my final questions. Listen, we could talk about the intricacies of Bitcoin mining. We could talk about policy. Let's get to what you guys really want to know about. Bitcoin price outlook. Right? Now, Don Jr. said the other day he believes Bitcoin's going to the moon. Eric said about 6 months ago in Abu Dhabi he believes Bitcoin eventually hits $1 million. Let's take it on a little bit of a smaller time frame. I want to make some headlines, guys. Let's think about 1 year from today when all of us are back on stage for Bitcoin 2026. And thinking about what we hope will happen by then, stablecoin bill will get passed, market structure bill will get passed, maybe if we're lucky Bitcoin Act bill will get passed, certainly the ETF adoption will have grown, certainly sovereign wealth adoption will have grown. So 1 year from today, and I want to get answers from all of you, finish this sentence. Bitcoin clears at least this price by 2026.
The moon.
Really, the moon. All right.
I think clears 170,000. That's my prediction.
Don, what do you think about that? 170.
I was going to say between 175 and 150, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Well over 200,000.
Guys, I think Bitcoin's in the six figures, and if we do things right, it's going to 7. Got to put that out there.
And of course, none of this is financial advice. Got to hold these guys' feet to the fire to get an answer. But then besides price, like just, nothing to do with price, just as this industry is changing, and you guys are like 100% full in this industry now, and you guys have been for a while, like what are your predictions for how this industry does change, whether it has to do with, Bitcoin adoption, crypto adoption in the US specifically or around the world? What are you guys seeing?
I think you're going to have an industry that, if you look at the maturity of this conference, it's unlike any that I've been to before. This is the most mature conference that I think has been held in crypto. And if you go back even a year, right, it's very different. You have an industry that for the first time has a lot of really beautiful voices, a lot of really strong voices. You have an industry that's self-policing itself. You have an industry that's starting to focus on hospitality and user experience. You never had that before in crypto, and those were all kind of hindrances of the industry. And so the maturity of what's taking place, and by the way, the antis can no longer deny what's happening out there. I mean, every single day you had CNBC that was shitting on all of us and everything that we believed in. Now all of a sudden they're embracing it for the first time. I mean, isn't that a really beautiful thing? You had Jim Cramer going out there and saying that Bitcoin was going to go to 0 before it was going to go to 200,000, and now all of a sudden...
Inverse Kramer, baby. Inverse Kramer.
Now all of a sudden they're kind of biting their tongues. And so I think the best days of this are ahead of us. There's no question we're in the dial-up mode right now. The next 10 years are going to be absolutely parabolic. And the people that get in on the ground floors, I think, are going to make an absolute, fortune. And I think I just, if I could quickly say, on behalf of this group, the ABTC group, it's not even just getting in at par. These guys, based on how good they buy energy, are literally mining Bitcoin at $40,000 a coin, $41,000 a coin. There's no commodity in the world. Gold, you go out and mine gold right now, you're pretty much buying, you're mining gold at par, and you're selling it using complicated options and things like that to make small little spreads. What commodity in the world can you mine at this kind of margins if you do it the right way, if you have the backbone that HUD 8 has, if you have the power grid, if you have the cheapest energy in the world, which we're doing in the United States, in the great state of Texas, which the Trump family absolutely loves. And so it's so cool. It's like, you're able to go out, physically build these buildings, physically mine, use American energy in America to grab, one of the greatest assets the universe has ever seen that's appreciating at 50 or 60% year over year, and acquire it for 30 cents, 40 cents on the dollar. To me, it's like the coolest business model ever, and I've never been more proud to be part of something than we are with these incredible guys. So had a lot of fun. Consider these guys unbelievable friends, and sky's the limits for American Bitcoin.
And then final thoughts.
We
Anybody?
love you.
Thanks, Eric.
So, I would say a decade ago, the crypto community we were seen as the misfits. It wasn't mainstream cool. It wasn't. But now that rhetoric is completely flipped. It's completely flipped. Now we're on par with where the sentiment of gold was 50 to 100 years ago. It was everyone's dream to own a nugget, a gold bar. Crypto has so much room to run, so much room to go. Bitcoin today is only 2 trillion. There's, I think, $400 trillion in the world across asset classes. It doesn't take very much. It doesn't take very much. It is, and I have to say, there are no two better people than the brothers on the stage here to bridge worlds. From hard assets to strategic finance, from private markets to capital markets, and to have a common tongue with so many different groups of people, from traditional finance to the crypto community and to the general public that haven't orange pilled yet. We're so excited to be on this mission with you guys.
Likewise, man. And we're excited to help, bring those people there. Like I said, I mean, relatively speaking, compared to the people in this room, we were late adapters, but we were pushed there out of necessity. We were pushed there because the conventional options were literally rugged from underneath us. And once we commit to something, though, we go all in. We are innovators. We're not just adapting this. We're adapting this out of necessity. And I think there's a lot of other people that perhaps don't have our platform or the ability to get it out there that way, that have been under those same pressures. And we're doing this for them.
It is ridiculous that Bitcoin Conference only gave us 30 minutes for this panel. We need 30 minutes per person. But guys, this was it. Give a big round of applause for Matt, Mike, Eric, and Don.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vegas. We love you.
Let's go.
Guys, let's stand up on the front of the stage for pictures. Let's stand up here for pictures.
Thank you so much for that incredible panel. Wow, look at this crowd. This is incredible. This excitement is insane. I know 30 minutes was not enough for this incredible panel. Some super bullish predictions on this stage as well, which was incredible to listen to. And thank you so much to this incredible crowd as well. I love this excitement. It's incredible. I've got my astronaut suit. We're going to the moon, guys. We are going.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I think it was a good informative video, to be honest, because I think the whole of Donald Trump's family, especially the Eric Trump and Donald Jr., the Trump, all of them are like so big supporters, especially with their World Liberty Financial project that they have and whatever they are doing together to kind of make sure that the blockchain technology and the kind of support that they need to, give towards these projects. I think they're doing their piece of contribution, and I really hope so. Given that they have predicted that, they predicted it would, go to 170, 150, or maybe even 200,000 by end of the year or in coming few years. So I hope with the kind of love and support Bitcoin is getting every now and then as the time is passing by, we just hope that it reaches the level that, each one of them has predicted. And definitely, even if we are not, maybe in like trading into it, which I know because it is a very big amount to be honestly, trading in. But even buying a small Satoshi and then keeping it for long term, I guess can be something fruitful, which I totally believe in. And I think probably I also didn't really all this while give so much consideration to Bitcoin, but I might as well start giving consideration because I might allocate a little bit of my portfolio towards that as well. What's wrong if in case we've got some spare money and a 5% allocation goes towards that? Of course, some portion can also go towards trading any of the cryptocurrencies which we believe in. That is also a good thing. But only 5% allocation out of all the out of all the money that you have has to go towards it. I don't think more than that, 5 to 10%. I mean, it all totally depends. Actually speaking, even if I have to quote any percentages, it will be wrong on my part. Reason being, every person differs, every person's risk appetite differs, every person's savings differ, every person's income differs. So each one of us is sailing in a different boat altogether. So I don't even say that 5% for somebody is good enough or 5% for someone else is good enough. So it all depends on your risk appetite as well as your outlook on how you want to take your life further. Perhaps you have a lot of money which is just lying idle. Yes, why not go for it? So I think that was a good piece of information. Let's just hope, as they predicted, that it goes to the moon and we all go to the moon for sure. So that's what I'm also hoping, that all of us should be sailing into the moon. Let's just see if we have anything else. This looks a bit of lengthy one. If I have something for 5 minutes to play, because we are almost ending the session and I don't want to. Let's see this for a while, maybe. Michael Saylor
had some spicy comments during his
who's
Q&A.
the CEO of MicroStrategy, keeps supporting Bitcoin, and he's a very, very pro supporter of Bitcoin. So let's just see, maybe for 5-10 minutes, what he has to say about Bitcoin.
Yesterday. And just like that, one of the most heated debates in Bitcoin is back. Is it just a store of value, or does it need to become a global medium of exchange? Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin fails if it stays a store of value. David Marcus is building global payments on top of it. And Lynn Alden weighs in on monetization, timing, and scale. So who's right? Is Bitcoin confused, or is the market confused about Bitcoin? Today, we take a closer look at the fault lines forming inside the movement and answer the question, is Bitcoin missing its moment, or is it finally stepping into what it's always meant to be? The store of value versus medium of exchange debate has been flaring up a lot lately. It all started with Jack Dorsey in this clip from the 21 and 21 podcast earlier this month.
So let's fast forward to the future, and Bitcoin has failed. How did it fail?
I think it fails through irrelevance. It fails to be relevant to people on a daily basis. If it just ends up being store of value and nothing more, I don't think it gains relevance at all. I think it has to be payments for it to be relevant on the everyday. Otherwise, it's just something you buy and forget and only use in emergency situations or when you want to get liquid again. I think if it doesn't transition to payments and find that everyday use case, it's increasingly irrelevant. And that's failure to me.
The comments sparked a wave of discourse, especially given Jack's deep roots in Bitcoin and his work in Block's Lightning development. Then, on Bitcoin Pizza Day last week, the holiday that commemorates Bitcoin's first real-world transaction, Michael Saylor made a controversial post on X. Pay with dollars, eat the pizza, keep the Bitcoin. Bitcoiners lit up, some applauding the nod to never sell your Bitcoin, others accusing Saylor of missing the point entirely. But yesterday, at the Bitcoin 2025 conference, Saylor addressed the debate head-on. What he said may change how you see the entire argument. We'll play that clip in full, but first let's step back a bit. The mainstream assumption is that Bitcoin needs to be either a store of value or a payment system, that it can't be both. With some even repeatedly making the point that Bitcoin has outright failed as a medium of exchange, and thus it's failed in its original mission. But what if that's a false choice? Lynn Alden recently broke it down in Swan's latest free webinar. Her take? It's all about timing and scale.
So I think it's both, because I think it's money. But like you, I think that it's like order matters. So I think at scale, and as we've seen, large-scale store of value usage comes before large-scale medium of exchange usage. And that's actually not the case for small-scale usage. On the small scale, medium of exchange arguably came first for Bitcoin. Like WikiLeaks used it as a payment donation mechanism back when it barely had a price, for example. And so it doesn't, things that are used for more of a small permissionless scale are not always the same order of things that happen in a big scale. There's also network effects involved, which is that, generally speaking, it's up against the dollar, which is a very liquid market, obviously, globally, and then it's up against other liquid fiat currencies for any sort of given jurisdiction. And generally speaking, people's incomes are denominated in a fiat currency. their liabilities and monthly expenses are denominated in a fiat currency. And that's what they're benchmarking to and trying to manage volatility around to some degree when they're not thinking of long-term investments like stocks or gold or Bitcoin or whatever the case may be. So for working capital usage, it's natural that Bitcoin's not the first asset that most people reach to unless they're like way deep into the Bitcoin ecosystem, making a deliberate effort to be on a Bitcoin standard.
That's the key. Bitcoin already functions as a medium of exchange. You can send it globally 24/7 with finality and zero permission. That's a fact. The question is, do people need it for payments right now? And are they incentivized to use it that way? David Marcus, CEO of Lightspark, explained this clearly on CNBC this morning.
No, I think there's so much room to go from here because Bitcoin is becoming mainstream. It's becoming really the true digital gold that we've all been talking about for a while. But now it's actually happening and people care.
But you've always talked about also trying to make it a payment system.
Yes.
Like actually buy stuff with it.
Not necessarily with Bitcoin to unit of accounts, but build a real-time settlement network on top of Bitcoin.
Which is what your company does.
Yes.
So the question is, when does that take off?
Well, it's taking off right now. We're having very large digital banks coming onto the network. We have Nubank that has 100 million customers in Latin America. We have Revolut coming on. We'll make announcements soon about US banks coming on as well. And other large wallets that are coming onto the network. So we're live in 70 countries, and you can move any currency to any currency in real time 24/7 on a weekend with Bitcoin in the middle. So it's happening.
Why would a stable coin based on the dollar not supplant the idea that Bitcoin will be used for frictionless transactions?
So people actually get really confused with stablecoins because they think it's both a digital dollar and a payment network, and it's only the former, it's not the latter. And so the way we see the world is we're very asset agnostic at Lightspark. So you can move fiat currency, you can send dollars to someone in Mexico receiving Mexican peso, or you can move stablecoins on top of Bitcoin. And we think that that is actually the best combination.
Bitcoin, not on top of the dollar.
I mean, no, the stablecoin is a dollar stablecoin, but like the network is actually, that allows those stablecoins to settle is actually Bitcoin.
In other words, Bitcoin is the settlement network, whether people realize it or not. Let's break this down a bit more. Stablecoins are essentially tokenized fiat. They make dollars portable and programmable, especially across borders. But they don't have their own native settlement layer. They're not a new payment network. And that's where Bitcoin comes in. When stablecoins move across Lightning or even on-chain systems that use Bitcoin for settlement, they're relying on Bitcoin as the final trust layer. In other words, stablecoins are dollar-denominated vessels, but Bitcoin is still the rails they run on. So while stablecoins absolutely extend the reach of the dollar as a medium of exchange, they also deepen Bitcoin's role as a settlement network. And that's the paradox. Stablecoins may prolong the dollar's global dominance, but they also entrench Bitcoin deeper into the monetary stack. They help more people transact in fiat today, while simultaneously pushing more settlement to Bitcoin. This is why you're likely to see both systems live alongside each other for years to come, especially with the Trump administration moving strongly in the direction of favorable stablecoin legislation. Bitcoin doesn't need to replace the dollar tomorrow. In fact, the longer the dollar remains dominant, the more time Bitcoin has to quietly solidify its role as the base layer. It's not a competition, it's a convergence. For now. And it goes deeper than that. At Bitcoin 2025, something extraordinary was just announced, and it may end up being the most important news of the entire conference. The team behind the C = Lightning routing node revealed they're earning 9.7 APR on their Bitcoin liquidity, all while holding the keys the entire time. Let that sink in. That's non-custodial Bitcoin native yield, based not on interest rates or lending risk, but on actual payment activity, economic throughput on the Lightning network. So if you're a corporate treasury holding 1,000 Bitcoin, this unlocks the possibility of earning $100 million a year just by powering a global payment network. A real yield on real Bitcoin, earned by real utility. This could be a turning point, because it's not just about saving Bitcoin or spending it, it's about putting your capital to work inside the protocol, with no counterparty risk, no token schemes, and no centralized middlemen. Stay tuned to this development, because this may be the clearest bridge yet between the store of value thesis and Bitcoin's future as global money. So if you're a high net worth investor trying to make sense of Bitcoin's monetary evolution, not just its price swings, you need a team that understands the long game. And that's where Swan Private comes in. From estate planning to trust structures and multi-generational custody, Swan Private is helping families and institutions take Bitcoin seriously and build generational wealth. Head to swan.com/private to start your conversation today. Lynn Alden in this clip again gets to the heart of the problems Bitcoin is solving for right now.
So I think that it's natural that until Bitcoin is far larger, more liquid, more people are holding it, and this gradual increase of Bitcoin kind of becoming part of the financial system, that it makes sense that medium of exchange usage will probably be somewhat limited, with the exception for people that, one, are deliberately doing it out of principle, or two, people that are directly benefiting from its permissionless aspects. For example, in a cross-border context, like anyone who's in international wires and runs into headaches there, or anyone getting debanked, or anyone facing issues like that, they're more in the prime target to switch to Bitcoin earlier because it's solving a problem earlier. Whereas people who don't wake up every day and have a payment issue, but they do wake up and wonder, how can I store value for 5-10 years? There's more people in, say, the Western world or the developed world that have that latter problem. And that's why I think that at scale has come first and will probably continue to come first. But it doesn't mean that medium of exchange is impaired anyway. And often they don't compete with each other. Like often one benefits the other rather than detracting from the other.
Bitcoin is still monetizing. That means its purchasing power is still rising rapidly. And when something is appreciating 100% year over year, who wants to spend it? This isn't a bug. It's the design. Over time, as volatility drops and adoption grows, people will start treating Bitcoin as money, but only after it's secured its role as savings technology. Merchants will adopt Bitcoin when they want Bitcoin, not before. You can't force this transition with apps and point-of-sale terminals. It's based on demand, and we are getting there gradually over time. So now let's come back to Michael Saylor. His tweet may have stirred controversy, but his comments in Vegas yesterday laid out the full vision.
Michael, do you see Bitcoin starting as a store of value and eventually becoming a global currency like other forms of money have in the past?
I think if you read the history of the Rothschilds, the greatest bankers of the 19th century, they had a network. The Rothschild banks were the network. The primary capital asset that traded was sovereign debt. They were trading UK debt and French debt and German debt, par value 100, and they moved those instruments, bearer bonds, around very rapidly. And that's how the entire banking network worked in the 19th century. And then when they did cash settlement, you know what cash settlement meant? Cash settlement for the Rothschilds in the 19th century. But I bring this up because Bitcoin's a peer-to-peer cash system, right? And all these people, they're always tweeting at me like, you don't understand what peer-to-peer cash is. Okay? When the Rothschilds cash settled a bearer bond transaction in the 19th century, that meant they traded the bonds for gold bullion or gold coin. And so cash meant gold. It meant metallic money, either in bullion form or in coin form. But even then, gold was too slow and too cumbersome to settle very frequently. And so there was a fiat currency, these bonds, trading over the cash system, in the gold standard, all through the century. And I think it's important because if you look at Bitcoin today, Bitcoin's digital gold, it's digital cash. What does it mean? It's a bearer instrument, a monetary instrument. What do I think is going to happen? I think it's going to keep growing from $1 trillion to 10 trillion to 100 trillion. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger in the capital stack. And I think other forms of money, fiat currencies, will continue. You're going to have sovereign debt, corporate debt, other type municipal debt. As long as you have cities, they'll issue debt. As long as you have countries, they'll issue debt. As long as you have companies, they'll issue debt. As long as you have families and they want to buy a house, they'll issue debt, mortgage-backed debt. You're going to have all these forms of credit when people cash settle. The settlement network will be Bitcoin. Was the world built on a gold standard in the 19th century? Yes, gold. But what circulated? Sovereign debt. Will the world be on a Bitcoin standard in the 21st century? Yes. What will circulate? Every form of credit, of every credit-worthy counterparty, and then on top of that, equity, layers of equity from public company, private equity, and you'll have all sorts of other collectibles. I don't see a world where that disappears. I don't see a world where it needs to disappear. And so I see a world where there are many types of assets, but the king apex asset, the root asset, which everything else is settled on or everything else is oriented to, the center of gravity of the financial universe of the 21st century emerging is Bitcoin. Just like, that falls toward the center of gravity, which is the middle of the earth, and none of you have been there. That doesn't mean that it doesn't control everybody. Everything will be oriented in a frame of reference.
All right. This is so much bigger than buying coffee. Bitcoin is becoming the center of gravity for the entire financial system. Just like gold settled sovereign debt in the 19th century, Bitcoin will settle value globally in the 21st. So is Bitcoin a store of value or a medium of exchange? The simple answer is that it's both. And it already works as both right now, but it's growing into the role in stages, and the order matters. What many critics miss is that Bitcoin isn't confused about what it is. We are. The amazing thing about Bitcoin is that it already can be used for payments, but it doesn't have to be. And that freedom is the whole point. This isn't a crisis of identity. It's a revolution in motion. And if you understand this revolution, you won't want to miss two of the most important Bitcoin events happening this year. BTC Prague is coming up in June, and it's Europe's premier Bitcoin-only conference, gathering thinkers, builders, and leaders from around the world. For more info and tickets, visit btcprague.com. And back in the US, this September, BTC in DC is bringing Bitcoiners to the heart of Washington to help shape policy and signal strength. Visit btcindc.com for more info. And a quick shout out to Mara, the world's largest publicly traded Bitcoin miner, for supporting this show and for helping make Bitcoin the world's most decentralized and secure monetary network. So do you think Bitcoin needs to be used for payments to succeed? Does it fail if it stays a savings technology? And how do you personally use it? Do you spend it, save it, or both? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so drop a comment below, like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And as always, stay humble, keep stacking, and trust the process. Thanks for watching.
So I think that was a lovely video that we saw. I'm sure each one of us totally agreed to this fact that Bitcoin is the future of the world basically, and definitely it can be both used for saving, for both payments, and a lot more things. So it all depends from case to case and person to person, and all we are trying to do is just understand that there is a store of value in Bitcoin, and of course if utilized in the right manner has basically a lot of potential to grow as well as to make a lot of money out there. So guys, even if you haven't still explored this option, you have to go and search this and educate yourself more and more on this front, so that we are not missing out on it. We are not missing out on what we have lost already a decade ago. Since 2008, if we would have been there, I'm sure all of us would have been in a different zone altogether. So people who realized its value at earlier stages are already reaping the rewards. So if we don't realize it still, we are basically losing out on a lot. So if in case you haven't still explored this option, you have to go and explore it, and then we will catch tomorrow at the same time, having some more exciting topics and having some more new things coming up, and we will discuss a lot more things. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for being the lovely guys you guys are. Thanks for showing your patience and the effort that you're putting in to join these sessions. I hope all the things that are discussed on these sessions are fruitful for you. So do like, subscribe. People joining from any YouTube channels and people from the X channel, we would want you to share these streams with as many people as much, and also share the Zbit platform, because there's so much coming your way, and we will be in touch again coming tomorrow. So take care of yourself, have safe trading, have safe investments, and have great evening ahead. So take care of yourself. This is Nida Afreen signing off from CheezyBit and the Zbit platform. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for appreciating and liking our content.